welcome back to another episode of the Follow-Up Podcast. I'm Eden, and this is my dad, Noah. And every week we sit on my bed and have a different conversation about something I want to talk about. And this week we're going to talk about the city versus the suburbs.
Well, I'm on your bed. And
and technically, well, last summer we were doing it in the basement of the house. And right now, I wanted to do it here because that's where we did it last summer.
Right. And you're back there spending another week with your grandparents. You're lucky to have grandparents that live right down the street from each other. So that's why we're going to do city versus the suburbs. We did another episode about what it's like growing up in New York City. So if folks want to go back and watch that, they can. But this is a little different. And I think just as we record this on Thursday, I think it's September 2nd.
Yes, it's the 2nd and Thursday.
Yeah, and I think it's appropriate that we're doing this today because of the storms that we had up in the Northeast just last night and how they impacted the suburbs versus
the city.
Right. So I'll talk about in New York City. Yeah, there was a lot of flooding, and
was there flooding
what's that?
Was there flooding near the building, on the
street? So that's the thing. There was no flooding near our building, and we live in a high-rise apartment building. So it's not something that we personally have to worry about. We worry about other people, but we don't personally have to worry about it. But in the suburbs where you are, I saw the videos of all sorts of floods.
So, near us, it was crazy last night. So it was raining. And from the road that was up on the big hill, coming from this direction, it was going. So from our road this way, all the rain was coming down and then through the street from the top of our road. These are two hills from both roads coming both ways, right? So then all of the rain was coming this way and going, and it would curve and go down that way to the corner house that was like this, and then all the way down straight.
And then it all just sat there.
Yeah, but now it's fine.
Yeah,
nothing's there now.
Right. So we'd heard earlier in the week about that in New York that we were supposed to get a month's worth of rain in one day, and that's what we got. And so I wasn't surprised by it, but you're always surprised when things happen in cities. Like you saw, you were telling me about all the videos and photos that you saw from downtown in Philadelphia.
Downtown in Philadelphia, in New Jersey, I can say it is crazy. It was it's like how it's like something's like this.
What's like that?
Like an underpass way.
Oh yeah, right.
It was flooded. Also with the street.
Yeah, and I saw the Schuylkill River, it overflowed.
Yeah.
And Boathouse Row was in trouble, which is an iconic area in Philadelphia. So yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while to clean up and figure these out. And unfortunately, people lost lives too. It's devastating. I used to think that the Northeast was the safest place to live in the country, but I guess there is no truly safe.
There isn't a safest place.
Right. Yeah, everyone deals with all sorts of things. All right. So more on the city versus the suburbs. So now that you've been in the suburbs for a while, what's the biggest difference when you just go outside?
The difference is when you go outside, it's I'm going to start with the scenery.
Okay.
It's like in New York City, you go out of the building, you see other buildings, all the cars going by and the bikes and all the stores and all that stuff. But here you see houses. And you see apartment buildings and all that, and schools and all that stuff. But here you see houses for a little, and you to go most places you have to get in a car. Also, and in the city, you walk places. You take the subway, the bus, and those things.
And also, when you walk outside in the suburbs, you see grass and trees.
Yeah, grass and trees. In New York City, you barely see any grass. Walking out of our building, I'll say it like this. But you also see, you just see roads. like roads and just like all this stuff going by.
Yeah, it's busy. It's busy in the
It's
city.
busy.
Yeah, and in the suburbs, it's not when you walk outside. Is there?
But like when you drive more to the city, it's busy. But
Sure. Do you feel a different sense of emotion when you walk outside in the suburbs versus the city in terms of maybe are you more calm one place or the other, like your own being, or do you feel the same?
I kind of feel like a little bit the same and a little bit different. When I a little bit calmer because it's like there's less commotion.
Mm-hmm. Good word.
But I do also feel the same because it's like you're walking outside. It's like you're used to walking outside.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you're just like feel the same because you're doing the same thing. But you feel different because there's just much less noise and commotion.
Is it strange not to get in an elevator to go to your room or to open up your own door?
It's a little bit strange because I'm like so used to just getting in the elevator and going up 12 floors.
Uh-huh.
Or like walking in the door and having to walk all the way to the elevator
Right.
and then go up. Or like waiting for the elevator.
Right.
And all that stuff.
I know when we go back, we hear the birds, and the birds bother me, but sirens don't.
Just pretty weird.
Yeah, because
the sirens, basically because you're so used to sirens.
Yeah.
Also, when you sometimes when you take a walk in the morning here, all you hear are very loud cicadas.
Oh.
But you don't hear them in New York.
Mom and I heard those in Charlottesville.
You did?
Really, really, really loud. When we were walking down the pedestrian mall, the walking mall, which is kind of like the street where we were in Burlington, it was so loud, day and night.
Day and night.
Yeah, and then we saw a few dead ones on the ground, but they were so loud.
I actually saw a dead one in New York.
Oh, it's cicada?
Yeah, I saw a dead cicada.
What? How about the difference?
You don't hear them in New York.
No, you don't hear them. No. How about the difference?
Maybe it's because there's noise around you, so you don't hear them.
I agree.
That could be one reason.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Because maybe if you're in Central Park, you'd hear them more when you're kind of isolated from all that other noise. What about being in? So you're in. We spent time in Burlington, Vermont. So that's a really small city. And then
it's like a city / suburb.
Well, we went to the suburbs of Burlington, but Burlington itself is a city. But you don't.
It's kind of like going in the houses. Like there's like a house neighborhood, and then when you kind of move a little farther, it's like a store / like restaurant neighborhood.
Right. They have residential neighborhoods, but in cities they have residential neighborhoods.
But I'm saying like the houses kind of feels like a suburb, but when you get in more to like where like the restaurants are, it kind of feels more like New York City.
Just very tiny.
Just
like
very tiny.
Maybe like one or two streets of New York City.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But not New York City. I'm saying it's kind of it's like more of what New York City would be, but not close.
Right. Yes. I understand. Yeah, I understand. Did it? Does one make you appreciate the other even more? Like the things that are around you in New York City, what you have access to easily, being able to walk places and not have to get in a car, or in Burlington, being able to walk and be at the lake, things like that. Does it make you think about all the different places that might be around the country?
Well, I could say all the different places I appreciate because they're all different. So you can experience all different things of like you can do. Like you can go to the lake, you can swim in it, like that. And it's only like 4 minutes away,
mm-hmm.
I would say. But it's not like you can walk everywhere like in New York. And here I appreciate because it's just kind of like a suburb. It's kind of like a neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. I remember the first time that you went to the suburbs, and it was the first time you sat in grass. It was Mom's first Mother's Day.
Don't we have a picture of that in in the
Yeah,
apartment?
that was May of 2015, and it
Oh,
was
wow, it's when you
right.
saw already?
Right, you weren't even one yet, and you were sitting in the grass and feeling it, and you were pretty confused. But now you enjoy being in the grass.
I actually haven't been in the backyard yet.
Really?
I haven't.
Well, probably not today. It's probably all muddy. You know what you could do in outside then in the
What?
grass? If you like put on a bathing suit and you did like a slip and slide in the mud all the way across the grass.
Not do that.
You're not gonna do that?
No.
All right, well,
Actually, it's probably not even wet enough because all the water drained out in the backyard already.
it might have just soaked in. It might have soaked in. All right, well, I love you.
Love
Me
you.
too. And I'll see you soon.
See you soon.